Hello everyone and welcome back to the Miscreate Kings Vanguard channel, and today bringing to you another video. This time is a deck profile for Dimension Police for standard post V-EB03 My Glorious Justice. Now I would say that this deck actually kind of did evolve quite a bit. It did make the deck very consistent, I would say, but didn't really solve DP's problem as of now. So this is the list I actually came up with, and it's actually really interesting. Starter of choice, we're still playing Goyusha. You will not play the new starter. The new starter is meh. You playing that starter means you're gonna lose every single game. So yeah, Goyusha, best choice. Uh, first off is the new VR in the deck. Any old cards that were here previously, I won't be covering them, so I'll just cover new stuff. For this case, is the 4 of Dieliner, Super Dimensional Robo Dieliner. His first skill is continuous on Vanguard Circle. Your grade 3s in hand are regarded as tanky shield, so it kind of gives you a reason to run more grade 3 counts. And second skill is act once per turn, counter blast 1, soul blast 1. Look at the top 7 card of the deck, add a normal unit to hand, and if you add a grade 3, he gets plus 20k and 1 crit. So it's kind of like Dayusha replacement in that sense, but just for that one turn. But the important thing is this deck, this is kind of like a Dynexus. It gives you value out of your grade 3s, it let you tutor, so it's somewhere along that line, but yeah. The 20k and 1 crit is actually very useful, it's actually very solid. If you can get it off, it's actually very threatening on the turn. You play as a 4th because it is a free +1 every single turn, but do keep in mind that you're eating through a lot of counter blasts in this whole deck as a whole. So do take note of that. You eat like 3 counter blasts in one turn, like no problem. 4 of these. Next is the 3 copies of Great Dayusha. Now I'm only running 3 of these because I realized that running 3 you don't really want to see him by your first ride. You are not really urgent in seeing that in that sense, because if you do misride into him, it's very punishing given the standard meta today. That's why I am going off for 3. I think 4 is a bit too many in that sense. So 3 is a very ideal number. But you can play 4 if you really want to, since your Dieliner turns them into tanky shield, and if you don't need them, you can just throw them out. So 3 to 4 is a very healthy number, but I'm personally down to 3. Next is the 3 copies of Super Dimensional Disaurus. Something new we got from this set. First skill is continuous Vanguard Circle. This unit get plus 5k for each of the damage. So it's not that bad if you actually misride into this, because you can potentially build yourself out of him, since you do get plus 5k for each kind of damage. So around 2 will give you plus 10, 4 gives you plus 20, which is, you scale it up by a bit more, you can get a 45k threshold for Great Dayusha, which isn't that bad. Second skill, which is the main how would I say, the main attraction of the card. At the end of battle, this unit attack on the Vanguard skill. If you have a Vanguard with 35k power or greater, you can counter blast 1, move to soul, give your Vanguard plus 10k at 1 drive. So you kind of do net 0 in that sense, but it does apply a lot more pressure on your opponent. So if they got a 2 pass, there is an extra drive you have to worry about. So that's why I find this really good. 3 to 4 is actually fine. I have seen this running 4 of these and 4 Great Dayusha and 4 Dieliner, which is actually very fine, but the only complaint I have about that lineup is that you do get a very horrible early game. That's why I'm opting for 10 grade 3s, which I think is a very healthy number. If you really want to go a bit more YOLO, then 12 is fine if you really want to. Next is 4 copies of the Dragon, which is obviously your main big stick in the deck. Like obviously, like it's such a good card. 20k beater and a free 5k every turn for a cost of 1 soul blast. Why not? Next is the 4 copies of Platinum Ace, the new trooper from this set. Basically the first skill is on Vanguard Circle. This unit get plus 5,000 power, which isn't that bad, but it is quite underwhelming for how much this card is doing. But the main attraction of the card is the second skill. Auto, when this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is 30k or greater, you can Soul Blast 1 to give you plus 10k 1 crit. So this card can actually be very threatening if opponents already up to 3 damage. They will be guarding your Vanguard. If not, you pump any triggers you get or crits, you just pump it all to him. He swings for 3 crits, a bonus force to guard that as well. So that's why I find this actually a very good card. Definitely the 4-off, but I was actually hoping it gets something better for early game card, which sadly we didn't get it, but well, I guess we have to play with what we have right now, I guess. Next is the I do still play 3 copies of 10k Vanillas. Basically, very good card for rushing, and you kind of don't lose out on shield value if you're ever being forced to play against Grand Blue. This can kind of save you. The 10k shield can save you from the flanger if you ever need it. But yeah, but that's the thing with DP now. There's one glaring problem DP has since the start, which is a very horrible early game. And I guess this 10k vanilla is as good as your early game goes. You have rush, you can get shield value. So that's why I'm opting for this for the final grade 2 slot. I think that there's a grade 2 restander you can try out, but it's actually very win more. And given how much a counter blast your whole deck eats up at one time right now, I don't think it's very worth it. QT is fine, but in the same spot, it's just win more. So I don't really recommend that. But I think this is actually a really solid card. It just gives you that slight edge in the early game if you ever need it. But yeah, it probably will every game. Okay, next is a newcomer to the deck, which I have not seen a lot of this running, which I'm actually liking a lot. Which is 4 copies of this guy. Basically, it's a Vanguard or Red Guard skill. So Vanguard or Red Guard. You can choose another Red Guard, you rest it, and you give him plus 10. By doing that, you kind of give yourself a decent early game. That's one, because it's a 18k beater, so it's a 15k making 1 pass if they want to gamble on that chance. So they won't be throwing a 15k shield for no pass, so that's one thing to take note. And second, it kind of helps to build out Great Dariusha as a whole. Because by resting something else, you have an 18k booster on a 23k Vanguard, which is, sorry, the flash is off. Which makes for a 23 plus 8 plus 10, which is the 41 lane. So if you can pump it up by another 5, you build yourself out of the 45k threshold already. That's why I find this a very, very good card. I don't know why no one's running it. I find a lot of success with it. Maybe you can cut it down to 3 if you find it's too much, but I think this is a very good number in my opinion. Next is one card that I don't really like, which I'll probably be cutting down to 1, which is Glory Maker. Basically, when this unit boosts, if that booster unit has 30k or greater, you can counter blast 1 to give that unit. When this unit boosts a Vanguard, counter blast 1, if your Vanguard has 30k or greater, your opponent can only call grade 0. So it's kind of like a meta call if you are being forced to play in those type of matchups. But generally, you don't really need that guard restrict, honestly speaking. In those protect matchup, you win them just fine. And yeah, if I have another copy, I would pump Brave up to 4, because this deck isn't mine. This is borrowed from a friend of mine. So if you can just pump it up by 1 more, then probably put it as a 1-off or change to a Mariner. I think Mariner does the job. Does the same job but at a cheaper cost, since you do eat Counter Blast quite a lot recently. That's why I'm running probably 1 or close to 0. Next is Magical Police Quill, your new triple rare for the grade 1 slot. Basically this is mainly there to how do I put it? 1, you can discard 1. Okay, on place you discard 1 to give your Vanguard plus 10k. And second skill is when Vanguard attacks, if it's 30k or greater, you may counter blast 1 to draw 1. That second skill will come in handy if you realize you're breaking. So if you need that draw 1, then go ahead, but generally you won't really be using that much. But this is the same position as this monster here. It's there to bail out Great Dariusha if you're ever being put in that situation. That's why I'm running this as a 3-off. I don't think you need to run any more, because you're not gonna be spending that much counter blast on her, in my opinion. Triggers haven't evolved at all. It's still 8 crits, but we do get a new crit here in this set. 4 draw and 4 heal. Okay. The spot for the 1-off spot for the Glory Maker, if you want to, you can always drop that 1 copy and play 1 grade 1 negate and drop 1 draw negate down and bump your crit up to 9. It's actually quite viable, honestly speaking, because there is extra shield value you are introducing to a deck, like 5k extra. So if you ever want to do it, sure, go ahead. But I don't think draws will be anything less than 3. I think 3 is the minimum at least, because your deck don't really blast a lot. And other than Great Dariusha and Liner, this is your only source of hard blasting, which both Liner and Great Darisha don't come online until like turn 3 or turn 4, so that's why you kind of do need the early plusing if you ever have. So that's about it for today's deck profile. If you liked it, just leave a like. Okay, I mean, I will be testing more out, so if I ever find a better list, like if I find a better list, I'll probably update it very soon. So that's about it for today. If you want to see any match, do let me know. I'll try to get my hands on those matchups that you want to see. So bye guys.